10, coming with a brand new live stream. Anyways, I got a friend here with me. We're going to do some killing floor, and we were kind of in the middle of a conversation when I started this up. And to answer your question, I had a friend. A friend was like, "Here's a bunch of." Is like, gave me a bunch of money. It was yeah. It's like, I told him that I want to get 76, so I was like, he's like, "Yeah, I'll give you the money. Just let me know how much it is." So I let him know how much it is. That he just gave me the money, and I bought it. So I didn't end up spending any of my own money on it.
It's pretty straightforward. Must have been a good friend.
Very good friend. Still friends with the person too. Great person.
That's good. It ain't a good thing to lose friends.
That's true, especially when they're like, "Oh, hey, I'll just give you a bunch of money to play video games you want to stream and whatnot."
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. What about now? I'm in the middle of just sorting my stream, putting it into the playlist that I have for it, and then I'll be sharing it with with a couple of 5 of my social medias that I typically share this with right now, and as soon as I get done with that, I'll be starting up the match or whatever.
All right.
Yep. Okay, that's one down. One social media down. I swear English isn't this hard.
So I'm looking at the feed right now,
Yeah.
and I saw that you got a trophy for killing Dr. Hans Walter?
Yeah, Dr. Hans Volter, yeah.
How did that go?
I just I went through the fighting the various waves and got to a boss wave. Hans spawned, and I killed him. That's basically what happened.
Well, how is his attacks? Like, how does he go about like attacking you, and what sort of strategies did you use to defeat him?
Okay, they're definitely not as well developed as they are. And I just noticed my buddy Dave isn't here. And hello, Dave. How are you doing? I'm currently in the middle of explaining about how I took down Hans to my buddy, and I'm glad to see you. And feel free to let me know how you're doing as I'm explaining Hans Volter or how to kill him. Was it to him or whatever? Anyways, Jesse. Basically he has as well as the bosses, it has a number of phases to it, and so it's basically his health is way higher than as you'd expect than the typical Zed, because it's just one of him and like a bunch of us, and so he's got dual wielding old ass assault rifles that they're high damage and a decent fire rate. So you basically have to pretty much make sure whoever's getting hit with it can either A, take the hit and you keep periodically healing him, or if the person's unlucky, make sure you stick and they happen to have like a very weak. It basically doesn't take too much to get killed. Make sure you're constantly healing them. Anyways, regardless, it's one of those things that you start wearing him down. He also has a melee attack where he basically attacks with essentially you have like a bayonet like attack with the assault rifles, and when you get him down enough, he'll have a shield phase where a shield would appear, and he'll start running around trying to grab somebody to drain them of health to heal them. It's kind of like a vampire kind of a thing where they drain. Yeah.
I kind of noticed that he has those little tube-like things going down his arms, almost like he grabs onto you and like sucks the blood out of you.
Yeah, that's basically what that is about and stuff.
That's pretty interesting. So, how long would you say it took you to defeat him?
I think ended up getting lucky that I managed to barely. Uh, oh yeah, I just noticed that you were saying something, Dave. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry about that. I wasn't exactly thinking there, buddy. I was just doing my regular kind of sending out of the uh, various invites to people on my various social media, and I was, obviously thinking of you when I was sending that out, and temporarily forgot that you were already in there, buddy. Uh, but regardless, it was definitely um when I was fighting him, it was definitely one of those things I wasn't expecting. Every last thing they were good. I did expect a few things, but there was like the healing phase and how fast he becomes, and the fact that he would heal when he once you grab him was a bit of a surprise when he did that. So,
I can imagine.
but other than that, and there was like a few close calls. So, and after like the first shield thing, I'm like, and I saw it again. I'm like, okay, I got that's something I need to avoid, and just need to defeat the shield, break the shield. And once I and once I broke the shield, that's what I noticed. If you break the shield before he grabs somebody and sucks the health out and stuff, the thing will explode. He'll land on the on his ass, and he'll be in a stun peacock in this kind of laid down stun thing for like a little bit, allowing you to get some free hits on him. And there's also a gas attack where periodically, mainly after he does the either he heals or gets wounded. I mean, when he gets the when you get sucked by him, and also after if you don't break his shield. But also if you break his shield, you also still throw grenades. But regardless, there's that they'll explode and put up this kind of gas mist or whatever, as so you have to deal with that and not get killed by that as he's either sucking on the health from one of your team members, or you getting free hits because he's on his ass. So that's another thing. But and eventually, when he's like really, really, really wounded, he'll just start going full melee, just running around in this kind of desperate attempt to finish everybody off, which is something else that you also got to keep in mind. And my first attempt at killing him, it was fairly close, and I felt like I really lucked out when it came to defeating him. And and since then, I've gotten obviously better at killing him, and it came down to a bit of a science of knowing to avoid the grenades, and avoiding, and for the most part, like I have like an 80 or 90% success rate of avoiding getting grabbed and my health sucked. Granted, it still does happen when I've either been doing something stupid or I happen to be in a bad position and I've been fairly good, but still there was just not enough space for me to backpedal, and that
it happens.
Yeah, it happens. But other than that, fairly good at avoiding all the bullshit from him and defeating him, and that's just with him when it comes to
Okay.
yeah. So it's just it's a matter of oh yeah, FYI, when somebody is getting grabbed by him and getting sucked, it is possible to heal the person as they're getting their health sucked.
So it's possible to keep them from dying from that
Yeah.
move.
Yes, definitely, yeah.
That's
Even if
pretty
you,
nice.
yeah, even if you don't have anybody healing you, it's not like very high of a difficulty. You'll be able to survive it. But it's definitely not something that you want to be grabbed, no matter the difficulty, be grabbed when you are very low on health when you're doing it, because you'll definitely die. But as long as you have full health or you initially getting grabbed, and you got your team healing you, you'll be fine and you'll be able to survive it.
Mm-hmm. And I imagine once you get grabbed by that and you start getting drained, it's very demoralizing to you because then you're looking at all your progress getting taken away.
Oh yeah, and all the while you see that you need to be wasting resources on having resources to be spent healing you, like you and your buddy syringes, and unless they happen to have like a medic's weapon, which they'll have to spend darts to inject you with the necessary health to keep you alive and at top health.
And
Yeah.
I'm not very familiar with the game, so I wouldn't know a lot of the boss fights that you've gone through, but can you tell me some of the more memorable moments that you've had with some of the harder bosses you fought?
Let's see. The hard when it comes to bosses and their difficulty, it'd be Hell on Earth. Pretty much having to deal with any boss on Hell on Earth because that's the most difficulty, and of course having more people in the team will also scale things up too. So trying to defeat the boss with a six-person Hell on Earth, that was the most challenging kind of type of boss fight you can encounter. Because if you are caught out in the open, any of the attacks in their full duration from any of the bosses can and will kill you, and you could just see your health just melt away. So a lot of the times you'd have to basically rely on the fact that you're able to shuffle aggro around and you're able to get behind stuff. So the the attacks would basically won't hit you, and you're basically safe and not have your health be just negated or bled out or melted away or whatever you want to call it. And of course, your team also has to make sure that they are either behind something or not aggro or not enough aggro on them that they could safely be out in the middle of something for the whatever for a few seconds as well. The other teammates that just duck behind the cover for a few seconds to heal up will be able to go heal up and then re-engage and re-grab the aggro as you basically reposition yourself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. But anyways, as you said, and of course, there's not a one. Doing that is, of course, as you may expect, a bit risky because you're out in the middle of of everything, and there's no guarantee that the boss will not suddenly just decide to start shooting at you. There's like a little bit of a chance that they might. There's always that small chance that they might just see nobody and just be like, you know what? I'll shoot at you instead.
So you constantly have that fear in the back of your mind.
Yeah, it's like So you're always wondering, is he actually going to attack me, or do I have the time to get behind before he starts shooting me? Either way, it's challenging because there are plenty of times where I went to go take the aggro off of somebody and I'd be up against the Patriarch, and with just one, I expected him to do one thing, but instead I get a full blast from his minigun attack, and I just see all my health just fucking disappear, just pull fucking Houdini on me and end up dying within like 20 seconds.
That's pretty crazy. Would you say that the AI in this game is more advanced than most?
Oh yeah, I currently I have it set on hard, and it's definitely, even the normal is more advanced than your just a comparable difficulty AI on video games. Normal there's no easy. There's the easiest difficulty is normal, and if you were to go up against like normal AI on other games, a good chunk of them will just generally be not as smart as other. Yeah, it's just not as smart as this one. Granted, the lowest lowest was it the weakest of enemies? The weakest, stupidest enemies may only be like a little bit smarter than the average, but definitely the smarter, tougher ones are definitely way smarter than the average for mostly pretty much anything else when it comes to AI. And as the difficulty goes up, so will all the intelligence of all the various enemies on this game.
Okay. So as the AI gets harder and harder, you have to be more specific with the weapons and equipment that you use. What are some of the weapons and equipment that you'd prefer in the game?
Like, it all depends on the class. With the support, I like running the double barrel boomstick, RPG-7, and the HM Tech 101 healing pistol. Because I also have my support max level with tactical reload, salvo, armor piercing shot, concussive round, and Z penetrator. But I might also sometimes occasionally change up salvo for fortitude, concussive rounds for a sweet supply backpack if I'm doing multiplayer and the team needs a tankier, more not only a tankier support, but also a support that can also give out more ammo. So that's why you sometimes see me go one way with the one set of perks on support. That's why I sometimes.
So basically,
yeah.
So basically, your character's kind of like a cleric.
Kind of. It's technically speaking, the most clerical one it would be the field medic. The support is more the close combat, the close combat kind of perk. That there's like a few close combats. Like was it the SWAT, Firebug, support, and Berserker, but they're both a close combat in various ways. But I only have the healing pistol on them because I like to also heal while I'm playing them. The cleric of the perk in the game is the field medic. It's I typically like to go symbiotic health, adrenaline shot, focus injector, coagulant booster, and airborne agent, which focus on just dealing the healing that I dish out is more potent. I give out buffs while I do so, like increase attacks, you go fast, you basically run faster, they stack to a degree. I'm able to just basically ooze the healing mist, and things my various ways of healing just recharge quicker. But of course, I do like to also make sure I have as I said, have the healing pistol on all my classes when I'm doing multiplayer. Sometimes single player, but mainly multiplayer because I like to be able to heal while I'm playing the class, because sometimes we don't have medic, and the times that we do have medic, they're not always the best. So I like to basically have the ability to heal regardless of which scenario I'm exactly in, and I'm just committing a horrendous sin of just fighting in the corner, which is a very bad idea, and I nearly died because of it.
You don't want to corner yourself in those types of games.
Yes.
So you like to be the support most of the time, being able to heal others and to heal yourself.
Yeah, I like to be the supportive kind of. I do like playing supportive roles, and the support happens to be actually a good support kind of a class due to giving out ammo, and depending on the perks, also armor too. And I just died because I got myself cornered again. I was stuck on the structure, and I should have backed up instead of trying to go forwards, but my bad. Oh yeah, I'm on hard. I just realized I thought I was on normal, but I was on hard. Trying to level up one of my classes, the SWAT, which is the SMG kind of character. Let's see, which haven't I done in a while?
Whenever there's a medic that you know is going to be on the team, what sort of class would you play instead?
If I know that there's going to be a medic and they're good, I usually go figure out what the team needs. Let's see. Like what my like say say if they let me check my stream again just to be on the safe side. Anyways, like with the berserker, I tend to if it doesn't look like we don't have much in the way of just raw durability, I'll go with a more of a tanky kind of berserker because if you equip the right perks on the berserker and have the katana and the eviscerator along with the healing pistol, you'll be very very tanky and you're able to really grab aggro and if you manage to find an area on the map where it's just one entrance, I mean, like there's only one way that the Zeds can attack, and you basically corner yourself and only have that one door. As a berserker, you're going that kind of full tank route with the weapons I said. You're able to essentially be an unstoppable brick wall for your team, essentially. And the medic will, of course, and the medic's main job when you got a berserker doing that is to keep the berserker alive, because once the berserker dies in that scenario, it won't be too long before the rest of the team ends up dying, especially on higher difficulties. Especially 6-man Hell on Earth, it's absolutely vital to keep your berserker alive when you're doing the prison glitch, which is there's this one tower in the prison yard where there's an entrance and exit. An entrance exit at the bottom and a place you can jump off at the top. And if the berserker's job would be standing in that doorway at the bottom of the tower, just essentially basically brick walling that off as the rest of the team is snugly within the tower, having the sharpshooter and the demo on top, with one or two field medics at that kind of the place that you do a 180, and then depending on how many field medics would dictate if it's just a commando or a commando and a support on that first set of stairs up between the field medic and the berserker.
Okay,
and,
so...
Yeah.
Oh, you can go.
So it's basically that's one way of doing it. There's a few other ways to win at Hell on Earth, but that's how you go for if you want to go for more of a high defense prison victory. And of course, when it comes to the boss, the boss of the wave is the only way that you are not in that tower. Basically, all the other ways you'd be just being in the tower. And then when the trader pod comes up, everybody races their way to the pod, and then race their way back to the tower, and then get in position there, and then the boss wave. Just basically, you guys then instead of going back to the tower, go to the cafeteria, which is nearby the tower, and basically just do your best to hide behind the various pillars in the cafeteria, and that's how you get a 6-man Hell on Earth victory in the prison. But any other questions?
Okay. Oh, I actually wanted to ask you what you were doing at the moment. Like, are you farming, or are you trying to complete a specific type of mission? Or
let's see. Earlier I did the daily 2 of the 3 daily objectives. I don't feel like doing the third because I just don't feel like it. But right about now, what I'm doing is my SWAT is currently prestige rank 2, level 23. And I want to eventually have it to be prestige rank 5 level 25, so I'm leveling that up. I got a few other perks that are like that. That I need to get up to that the max level, max prestige. I only got, was it 3? I want to say they're currently maxed. They're completely maxed out. Like the support, field medic, and gunslinger are all prestige rank 525. But the other ones, the firebug, demo, commando, berserker, sharpshooter, SWAT, and survivalists are not. So that's basically what I'm in the middle of doing. It's just playing various matches on hard to just level it up.
Well,
Yeah.
I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna watch your stream for a little bit and see just how good you are at this game.
All right. Yeah, it's been a little bit since I last played on hard regularly, but yeah, definitely. Hopefully, I can entertain you pretty well with this.
I can imagine. This game seems like it's pretty good.
Yeah, thanks. Ah, fuck. Shit.
Yeesh, don't get trapped, man.
Well, I was expecting the a guy to be behind me at that particular point in time. Ah, shit. Or comeback healing. Ah, fuck, I screwed up again. Fuck.
So what's going on? Why are you moving so slowly?
I was kind of getting trapped. I just died. I thought I was... So, I was also going backwards. And the SWAT isn't known for its speed.
Mm-hmm.
But occasionally when I'm going backwards, I won't be able to see where I'm going. So sometimes I'll just be caught up on, like, I accidentally go find a corner by mistake, or an enemy gets up behind me that I did not see, and
Okay.
I just realized my water's not next to me. So give me a few seconds for me to grab that.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Awesome.
Okay, now. Yeah, now that I'm about to head onto a holdout style map, which means that periodically I'll have to go to these elevators to go to the next section of the map.
Kind of like Let It Die.
I'm guessing.
Well, Let It Die is a free game, and I played it for a little while, and it's pretty cool. There's a crafting system and everything, but the game's really, really hard. And you go from floor to floor trying to collect materials and stuff, and it's just, yeah, it's a pretty gory game too.
That's cool. That does sound nice. That's gory.
I would say it's a bootleg version of this game that you're playing now.
Yeah, but with these holdout style maps, you won't able to backtrack unless the game lets you backtrack by having you go down the shift and go to the previous floors that you're already on.
Okay.
Anyways,
So,
this is some extra ammo.
okay.
Okay, cool. And now I'm gonna grab the ammo over here and about to go to the next floor.
You got out unscathed. Très bien.
And you see that golden thing that you kind of see over there? And that's the collect golden
The chat's a
trophy.
little bit behind, so I'm not going to see it for a little bit.
If you see me jumping and looking at something, that golden thing that you kind of see in the bit of a distance, that's the shootable thing. You go and shoot it, and then it'll it'll be like, yeah, you got it, and currently looking at it right now, so it'll be
Okay.
and you shoot, and pretty much those things are if you every map has something like that for to shoot. There's like X amount of them on each map, and when you once you shoot the whatever requirement, whatever required amount, the game says, you'll get a trophy the first time you do it. And
Okay.
yeah, there's as I said, there's a number of maps. I forgot exactly how many maps there are, but
Break time.
every map has it. So that's one good way to get a whole bunch of trophies relatively quickly. Just go through from top to bottom, playing every match, trying to stay alive long enough to shoot them before either winning or dying, and then move on once you got the trophy for it. And of course, then there's a challenge for defeating it on normal, hard, suicidal, hell on earth, defeating various types of enemies and the bosses too, and let's see. And then there's the platinum for getting all the trophies. I think there's also a trophy for a number of the modes too. There's periodical seasonal challenges that you can play, that you can do for special unique seasonal skins that also deal a huge amount of vault crate dash, which goes towards to getting a free skin. And I do like grinding those out. Yeah, because if it's free, it's for me.
Do the skins add anything to the game other than looks?
No. Only looks.
Oh, okay. So these skins, do they look pretty cool?
Okay. Oh, yeah. This skin that you currently see is not the default skin for it, and there's a whole bunch of other skins. Let's see.
Okay.
This is not the default skin for the. I don't think this is this is definitely not the default skin for that gun. This is also not the default skin for the knife. This is the default, but this is not the default for the welder, which you go up to the doors, you're able to seal it, and and this is not what my character looks by default. Yeah, I put glasses on her.
So you would say that you were pretty far along in the game right now.
Yeah, I platinumed out the game and also got a large number of skins. So yeah, I'd say fairly far along in the game. And I definitely like helping people get better and get trophies that helping them get the trophies quicker.
It's actually pretty cool of you, man.
Yeah, thanks. I also like
not many people would do that.
Yeah, I also like helping them level up, and as I said, I also like playing the various classes that they need. Like, if they need a medic, I'll play medic. If they need a berserker, I'll play berserker. If they need a support, they'll play the support. If they need a commando, I'll play the commando. Yeah. So it's not
So
like
you're pretty versed in those characters.
Yes. Granted, I depending on the challenge would dictate which one I would be the best at for the difficulty, and of course the commando I'm not the absolute best because I haven't played it. I'm not the best at it since I haven't played it as well, but still good enough that if I needed to do in a pinch, I'm not going to totally suck ass at it, but still pretty well versed in basically all of them. Anyways. Yeah,
so you're like a jack of all trades.
Yeah, and a master at a few.
That's good.
Thanks.
Makes you a valuable teammate in the fight against them.
Thanks. The ones I'm really good at is was it the Berserker, the Support, the Field Medic,
Hurry up.
and the Gunslinger.
Closer.
Granted, with the Berserker, I'm not maxed out with it yet, but still pretty darn good at it.
Over. Get back to work. Roll
Layers.
inbound.
But thank you anyways. I'm trying also, of course, I'm always trying to improve too while I'm at it.
There's a cloaked Zed here.
This one needs, okay. The Screaming Bitch needs to die so I can drop these. As one of the enemies just totally Mr. Presidented for her.
So, what would be the most annoying grunt that you would have to deal with?
The one the absolute most frustrating one would be that Screamer because not only does the Scream attack damage you, does direct health damage, so armor won't be handy, but also will negate any, will make the any grenades that you throw get destroyed. So that's always frustrating
You know how to stay
because
alive out there.
yeah, when you try to clear out an area,
Interesting.
when you try to clear out an area with a grenade or heal somebody, and then just have one of those ones just basically evaporate it, that's always frustrating. Granted, something that's a little less frustrating is having one of those plain white guys that have that just looks almost that doesn't have the spikes, just almost looks like a melted scrotum. Having them
Jesus.
when they freaking come up behind you, grab you, and turn you around right as you're about to deliver a killing blow to an enemy, that's also very frustrating. The bloat also throwing up on you and blinding you temporarily, that's also fairly frustrating, but not as frustrating as the other two. And one that's just straight out sad is when you try to grab aggro and you accidentally get knocked to the corner by the Scrake and by a number of Scrakes and Flesh Pounds, and then it gets supported by many of the smaller Zeds, especially a Siren and a Bloat. And that's just straight up sad because the Scrakes and Flesh Pounds are the biggest, toughest Zeds in the game. And they're also obviously the strongest, and you're just in the counter getting your shit pounded in sideways, and there's not much you can do except for, unload everything you got onto them, and just hope you're able to get enough of them dead, and also heal fast enough, and having your buddies able to also help you out with the healing, so that you can actually get out of that alive and not be killed because of it. Because sometimes not only have I gotten out of it, I also helped people out of that, but also times where I've died to that, and also seen people die to it too, which is always more sad than anything. And FYI, what you saw with me, something that you see that you may or may not notice as I'm doing what's called bunny hopping, which is which when you see me traveling, you just
Yeah, I noticed that. I kind of assumed it was for speed.
Yeah, exactly. It provides a smidge extra speed, but you have to also be careful that you don't accidentally bump your head while doing so, because I also knock whatever progress you had just straight out the window.
And I think that just shows how long you've been playing the game, because you'll take any little advantage to be able to complete the level at least a little bit faster.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I've been doing this for literal years. There's not much that can actually surprise me. There are a few there's the occasional time that I do get surprised, but it's incredibly rare.
So, is it usually when an enemy crawls behind you and somehow catches you off guard?
Yeah. Yeah, or they
Like it
happen.
did a couple minutes ago?
Yeah, or they happen to zig when I was expecting them to zag, and I end up missing being able to do a one-hit kill on them.
So they live for a few seconds longer.
That's also another kind of like unexpected thing that's also slightly frustrating. Okay, here's the Scrake right here, that big black thing with a chainsaw. As I get freaking thrown up on by a bloat, and there's also a Fleshbound right behind it. Of course, there's also a freaking siren there too, because why the fuck not?
The game's not pulling its punches.
Right? And this is just hard. There's two more, even more difficult difficulties beyond this.
Shit, 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 shit.
This already looks pretty difficult.
Oh yeah. And this is just one person hard. And as I said, not only is there Suicidal and Hell on Earth that are above this, but also the ability to make it harder by adding another 5 more people to this too. And let me also check my chat to make sure things that YouTube sometimes likes to screw me over by not showing the chat on my TV, but and I end up sometimes figuring that out by when I go look at my phone, and then suddenly I have like a whole bunch of messages I don't see because YouTube decided to not put it up on my TV. So I do like at least once every 10 minutes go look over to my phone to make sure that everything is kosher as Christmas, you know? Okay.
Yeah, you gotta be alert with your chat, because then you don't want to miss any crucial details, and you want to be able to connect with your chat, even if it's like maybe 5 to even 2 people.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do like to connect with the chat because I like to entertain people, and if I'm not looking at my chat and that I'm not entertaining, which I find fairly, it saddens me and disappoints me because I don't like people feeling ignored because of me. Granted, I still know it's going to happen, but I like to keep it as minimal as possible, you know?
Yeah. And that's like the key to growth right there, is to keep in touch with the people that at least watch you now, and that'll make more people want to watch you because they know that you actually care about your chat.
Thanks, and of course, I wouldn't be here at this if it wasn't for you, chat. So please feel free to like and share so I can make more people happy, because I do this for you guys. Granted, a little bit because of the money, but like 80% because of you guys, you know?
Gotta be honest.
Yeah.
You can't just lie to your chat.
That's true. Because let's face it, because any entertainer does at least at some level want to get paid for what they want to do. It depends, but some like to be both entertaining and getting paid, while others just want to get paid or just want to get entertained or whatever. You basically know what I'm trying to get at. Hopefully, I'm not always the best at words.
Sometimes you gotta earn some money so you can keep yourself afloat. And then you use that money to entertain your audience even more.
Exactly, yeah.
Because you're able to keep it up. So, in a sense, you're using 100% of that reason for your audience.
Yeah, exactly. And you can always help me out by sharing it so I can get as much money as I can so I can return it back to you guys. Like and subscribe for more wise content from me and my buddies. Anyways, okay. Yeah, and this is a good example of what basically the trophy looks like. Imagine this, but like an actual kind of like golden trophy to shoot at.
Okay.
And I think I also leveled that up at some point during this. And let's see. Do I have enough to upgrade one of my... Yes, I do. And here's a good example of what I was just talking about looking like. Oh, fuck. Meant to zoom in and look.
Bring up the trading controls and upgrade your gear.
Wouldn't it be something if I had this game too?
Yeah, that'd be great. I'd be able to play with you and help you out with the various trophies and stuff. And and have even more entertaining stuff, like just coming to your rescue and stuff, you know?
Mm-hmm. And it is Christmas, so it might be possible.
Yeah, and feel free to plug your PayPal or whatever, so people can show you some money to buy this.
I don't have a PayPal account, I don't think, but I'm sure somebody would be generous enough to give me the money for it, but I just don't like getting games like that. It just doesn't sit well with me, you know?
Okay, fair enough. I do like to actually work for the money I get to pay for video games too. So I totally get where you're coming from.
Yeah. I mean, everybody likes to earn what they love, you know?
Mm-hmm. That's true.
If you don't earn it, then you can't appreciate it, you know?
Yeah, at least not as much as being able to actually work for it.
Yeah. But then again, I'm probably just gonna get it from a family member.
Right? Which, yeah, that won't totally go against what you're just saying.
It's a gift, though.
Yeah. And those are always different. Oh, yeah. Shit, can I just not
Besides,
screw up
they
the
keep
lead?
asking me what I want for Christmas, and I don't really know what to tell them.
Maybe
That-
you may be like, oh yeah, video game, or oh hey, give me a whore. Like, yeah, but I want to get my dick wet for Christmas. The fuck is wrong with me?
I can't be a virgin forever.
It's like I gotta get rid of this at some point. It's like I'll even take the neighbor's cat at this point.
Oh God.
The fuck is wrong with me?
I think I'll get to that point if I'm at my 50s.
Of course,
You imagine that?
right?
50-year-old neighbor is being creepy with your cat.
Definitely puts a new spin on getting some pussy.
Make a difference.
Takes a literal sense of it.
Yep. And I will see everybody in hell for that one. Hey,
Hell's
Hal.
waiting for people like us.
And I'm the bus driver. There's a special place in hell for me. It's called a throne.
You get on the bus driver leaves instead.
Right? So you're cool people. Yeah, I'll be back in like a couple of hours with a freaking 40 of beer. And you can just laugh at all the fucktards that think that we wouldn't do anything with our lives. Ah, shit.
So like in maybe 10 or 20 minutes, we're gonna end up going to play some 76. Are you gonna bring the stream with it?
I need some time to let my stuff recharge, but once it does, I can always start up a stream there too.
All right, that'll be awesome. They could see how we grind for our stuff.
Uh-huh. Yeah, how
Maybe
we
get a
stick,
little educated on the game.
right? Yeah, see how we lift up our skirts to get all the materials that we need.
How we get into a girl's character and text them asking them to help us get materials.
Like, and could somebody also help us out with legendaries and stuff? I swear these penny picks are real.
I've been looking for a 2-shot explosive black powdered musket. Can you help me out?
Oh yeah, it's like I swear I'm a girl. You can look at right here.
I'm a girl gamer guy.
I just went through double puberty. That's all.
Do you remember when that gun was the most powerful in the game?
Oh yeah, that was definitely something else. And of course, like pretty much anything in Mario gaming, that didn't last forever.
Yeah, they nerfed it hard, but I actually got the liberty of being able to see the stats of one, and it was crazy.
Uh-huh.
I looked at the damage; it was over 2,500 damage.
And I heard that if you stack the various the right perks and the right meds
Mhm.
and stuff, you can easily get and also go into sneak attack. You're able to you can easily deal like 10,000 if you properly get the right crit build with the right crit meds and stuff and the right crit perks and all
Yeah.
that jazz. I tend to get the sneak attack that'd be like 10 grand or so in damage per shot.
Damage like that could kill the Scorch Queen in like an instant. You know,
Yeah, yeah,
it's
that was just
crazy.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember like even when they first started to nerf it, it still like would deal like a huge chunk of damage to the queen.
I remember when they buffed
Yeah.
the Queen, man.
Yeah,
Like,
And that-
you could do it with like one squad,
Right.
maybe of level
Yeah.
100s, and you'd be fine. But ever since they buffed it, you literally need like 4 to 3 squads of people working on it.
yeah. Granted, there are some people that got some unholy powerful build that can freaking solo the queen still. But yeah,
Really?
but it requires you to pretty much have 0 life and play in a very specific way and pretty much sell your soul to Satan to get that kind
Oh.
of damage.
So you mean High Guy? That
Yeah.
the guy we're playing with? I kept calling him Squishy because he died like 15 times in like a couple minutes.
Yeah, like him, but like a guy like him that won't totally nerf him by going for a pistol only or a particular weapon that's less than optimal only. So imagine like a high guy that actually knows how to play the game correctly.
Hope he's not gonna see this stream.
Right. If you're in high guy, if you're looking at this later on, I love you, man. There's no quote unquote right way, but goddamn it, if playing with you with that game isn't frustrating as fuck, you know. I'd rather. Sometimes I feel like I'd rather cock and ball torture myself than to play with your suboptimal builds. But you have been getting better, and I have been enjoying playing with you during those times and stuff.
Dude, that guy needs like 2 players with that one perk that makes it to where like you cheat the game by not actually using your stim pack.
Oh yeah, I got that perk, and it's the dry nurse, and I always have that shared and stuff. And I also have perks. Was it a perk that gives whoever one of the perks gives the person that I revive extra an extra amount of was it stamina regen, and another one gives you an extra
yeah.
amount of health regen. So yeah, so I do like to revive people, be the team reviver, because not only is there a strong chance that I won't waste this impact on you, but you also be getting buffed too temporarily. Right after getting revived
It would increase your chances of.
by a lot.
And I was tempted to go that way too, because I saw all the like benefits to being able to heal people, and I was like, dude, that looks pretty awesome. But you know, I really wanted to go for that heavy build.
Yeah, I also like heavy builds and stuff. I first went off with a shotgun build, but they recently nerfed the shotguns to hell, and of course, my buddy High Guy got me the machine gun that you see me with, the M2 machine gun is a 2-shot explosive, and I definitely really love him for giving me that machine gun because it's freaking awesome. I've got perks on it to make myself awesome in both power armor and also using that machine gun.
Oh, you know what? I think it was High Guy too that actually gave me an explosive. What was it? It used 308 ammo, and it looked like a regular machine gun, but it was considered heavy.
Oh yeah,
And
is that
he gave me that.
Yeah, the MG42 machine gun. Yeah.
Yeah, he gave me an explosive one, and I like ever since I got that, my build's been going crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, there's if the M2 that MG42, if you could get a 2-shot explosive, anti-armor, faster reload speed, fast anti-armor, and increased reload speed, if they allowed that, that'd be freaking overpowered as fuck.
Yeah. Dude, I'm waiting for the time that they even add like 4-star legendaries, let alone like 5-star, because like you're seeing those 2 empty spots and you're like, when are we gonna see them filled?
Yeah, I'd like to see at least 4 stars and 5 stars be added in at some point. Granted, I also hope they also let us customize and get like above 5-star too. That'd be great too.
Like, I understand, like, if you had to kill the Scorch Queen, and even then you have, like, a really low chance of getting one.
Right.
But, like, they don't do that, and,
yeah,
like, you're just waiting for them to at least add them.